Hello everyone, welcome. Norma Woodcock speaking to you from Perth in Western Australia. I'd like to speak into the Ascension of the Lord Year A and the theme, He Will Not Forget You. I want to focus on the second reading, Ephesians, because this is the theological meaning of the feast. God has glorified Jesus, raising him above all earthly powers and making him head of the church and head and Lord of all creation. This is the meaning of this great feast. I want to tell a story to illustrate this. In Poland, this is a true story, the communist regime ruled. A group of workers in a shipyard, the Gdańsk shipyard, rebelled. They founded what is known as the Solidarity Movement. One of the workers, an electrician, was the leader. His name was Lech Walesa. I hope I've pronounced that right. So this group of workers from this shipyard, led by Walesa, fought the communist regime and won. Democracy returned to Poland. On the 9th of December 1990, Walesa was elected president of Poland. Most beautiful story as I read it. Here's this amazing man who was an electrician, worked with these workers with the sweat and the grime and the dust in this shipyard, fought a wonderful battle and won. And suddenly here he is, the president of Poland, president of free democratic Poland. And this is his story. The day after his election, he returned to the shipyard in his bulletproof Volvo. He got out of his bulletproof Volvo and he went into the shipyard and he went to the little locker that he had when he worked there. Small, where he stored his tools. He was quite emotional. The other workers came up to him and they were embarrassed and happy to know him, but he was the president now and they were congratulating him and they were a bit shy. And he looked at them all and he just understood exactly what was going on inside them. And as he left, the workers said, "We hope you will be able to change our lives, Mr. President." I love that story because it applies so much to our faith in our Jesus, who walked the journey with us. He worked in the shipyard, so to speak. Wherever your workplace is, he understands. He got his feet dirty. He had to sleep. He was hungry. He was lonely at times. At times he felt abandoned by the Father. Jesus understands because he's walked in our shoes. But I also love what the workers said to Mr. President. "We hope you will be able to change our lives, Mr. President." You know, I do share out of my story because that's all I really have to give is my story and the work of God in my story. And I know the drudgery of not having any hope. I know the despair and I know the struggle of just trying to make it through that day and to look with any joy or any peace was just impossible for so many, many, many years. But the person who understands you and who understood me came into my life when I allowed him to, and his name is Jesus Christ. And he actually made my life worth living. The workers said, "We hope you will be able to change our lives, Mr. President." Can I say to you, Jesus has changed my life? And I'm sure many of you could say, "And Norma, he's changed mine." And can I say there's more for you and there's more for me? And if you have never, ever given your life to Jesus Christ, do it today. And just say, "I want to get out of the shipyard mentally, emotionally. I want to get out of the shipyard." In other words, the drudgery of being trapped. So God changes us from the inside out. So no matter where we are, we can have the hope, the peace, and the anticipation of a great future. So I invite you this day, the day of the Ascension of the Lord Year A, to put this into practice and say to him, "I believe, Jesus, that you have the power to change my life. Let it begin right now." God bless you. I hope you have a great week and I look forward to meeting you again next week.